श्री लुदा फर्नांडीस ना एबसेंट आसा. फुडें वचुया. 2024-25 वर्सां खातीर सकयल दिल्ल्या अर्थसंघ अनुदानांत मागण्यो पयल्यो भासाभास आनी मतदान तिसरो दीस. आमी आतां आजच्या दिसाच्यो अनुदानीत मागण्यो एकत्रीत घेवया. पर्यटन मंत्र्यान मागणी क्रमांक 20, 78 आनी 82 सभागृहांत मांडच्यो.
Speaker sir, on the recommendation of the Honorable Governor, I would like to move demand numbers 20, 78 and 82.
मागण्यो सभागृहा मुखार आसात. दिल्ल्या वळेरी क्रमांक 3 संबंधीत मागण्यो सर्वश्री श्री आमदार श्री युरिया लेमांव, श्री क्रूज सिल्वा, श्री विजय सरदेसाय, श्री वेंजी वेगस, श्री विरेश बोरकर, कार्लोस सिल्वा हांणी आपल्या कपास सुचोवणी मांडच्यो. युरिया लेमांव, ऑपोजिशन लीडर.
Speaker sir, I would like to move the cut motion listed against my name in the circulated list number 3.
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to move the cut motion listed against my name in circulated list number 3.
Next.
Speaker sir, I would like to move the cut motion listed against my name in the circulated list number 3.
Speaker sir, I would like to move the cut motion listed against my name in the circulated list number 3.
Speaker sir, I would like to move the cut motions listed against my name in the circulated list number 3.
5 सुचोवण्यो सभागृहा मुखार आसात. ऑपोजिशन लीडर तुमी कोण उलयतात? ऑपोजिशन लीडर श्री कार्लोस पेरेरा कोण उलयता? कोण उलयना? Yes, श्री कार्लोस पेरेरा.
Honorable Speaker, I am speaking in relation to demand number 20, 78 and 82. Thank you. First, in respect of printing and stationery, I would like to inform the Honorable Speaker that आमगे printing press ahate. When we talk about ignorance of law is not an excuse. म्हणल्यार आमकां कायद्याचे बुक्स पब्लिकेशन्स मेळपा जाय आनी आमकां मेळना जाल्यार मागीर तुमी सांगूं जायना तो कायदो आहा बुकार इंटरनेटाचेर आसा आनी म्हूण तूं कबूल आतां तुका फायन मारपाक वा तुका जेली घालपाक. I believe that when the government is having these publications, we should not make them expensive. Huyi geli zalyar government publications are cheap. Amge official gazette marog asa. Any law book तुवें काडले जाल्यार मागले जाल्यार if it's 200 pages 200 rupees तशें करून चार्ज करता थोड पाटी 300 700 आनी पयले सदां सवाय आसताले. I think if the government wants to help the people
so as to know the law and to make sure they follow the law, then I think that they can make sure that the prices are reduced. And number 2, in the printing press, तूं गेले जाल्यार तूं एक कायद्याचो book मागल्यार पोन्नो मेळटा, updated मेळना. They tell you look at the internet. Everybody can't be internet savvy. And if they update केलना जाल्यार on the internet, you don't get the updated copies of these
materials. So that is also one thing which I think is a failure on the part of the government not to provide these updated publications in the government printing press. आमी demand काडलेलो last time and I had specifically requested the government to एक मोडगांव साउथ गोवान एक प्रोविजन करपा एक प्रिंटींग प्रेसाचे आउटलेट दिवपा गायलो तो प्रिंट म्हूण आतां म्हाका आदोगाद सांगतात मोडगांवचे की ते प्रिंटींग प्रेसा फकत गazette आसतात आनी अपडेटेड बुक्सूय ना तेंकोडे. So that is another thing which I feel there's a failure on the part of the government not to make provision for giving these outlets with updated publications. As far as tourism demand is concerned, पहिले उलोवपा सोदता आमचे एक पोंबुरपा स्प्रिंग आसा. पोंबुरपा स्प्रिंग सामको पिड्यार जालो आहा ते सगळे टायल्स आहात ते सोकला आलतात लोक पडटलो थिंगा the tiles on the side are also cracked and broken. The toilets are not functional. There is no water in the toilet. There is no water in the changing rooms. Honorable Minister, who has a very close affinity with Pomburpa and his area, he knows a lot of people. He came with high hopes and expectations. I invited him. Gelte Orsar, 15th May he had visited, and he gave very good directions for upgrading and for renovation of this Pomburpa spring. पूण कितें जालें थिंगा कांय जालें ना उपरांत. It is very sad and shameful that the department has not been able to proceed in doing any work on the Pomburpa spring. हांव दाखयता तुका, this is when Honorable Minister had come and he even said that he is exploring possibilities of expanding tourism activities, initiated inspection of Pomburpa spring along with me, Pomburpa Panchayat members and government officials. But unfortunately, I am magi February muina in Salatanna. Then he told me, I am doing this on the Swadesh Darshan project, and we accepted this. 2024 February, I am Prashna Mandlo inga. Unstarred LAQ number 39. And Itinga Mak answer dille. I had asked status of the proposal for repair beautify Pomburpa spring in Aldana constituency and status thereof. Answer dilla maka, sir, the work of beautification of Pomburpa spring is being undertaken under Swadesh Darshan scheme 2.0. So I manun geile. Chalu aha. Kitle paty minister paso inshallah munta kota is being done. Ani I website achi kal podoila. कि 1 September 2029 एक consultancy monitoring committee meeting आशिल्ले chaired by the director of tourism in the Madhe boardroom आणि थिंगा एक मिटिंगाचे 1 September 2029 2023 1 September 2023 and in that it is written overall master plan projects. Under 6, project 6, suggested inclusions by the state, Pomburpa Spring Precinct. So it is there. But after that, I am Podoila that another meeting took place, second consultancy meeting, which was on 29/11/2023. Ejer kaina. There was no discussion. They didn't take it up. Ani fude kai zalna. After this, in Zatri Magi, I am Podoile, plans kelo hat for forwarding that Salvador the Moon walks and Ikit Korpa. I looked at everything on the internet. It also refers to Ikoshi Creek, Asatinga. But Ikoshi also falls part of it in my constituency. We have no knowledge of it. Saloy Panchayat hai, Salvador the Moon Panchayat, tenka ek notice dili ki tani falya porak in meeting asa. आणि आमगे सरपंचाक कोणे एक फोटो धाडून पोंबुर्पा पंचायती सरपंचाक फोटो धाडला not even a letter, not even an invitation. If it is affecting our constituency, I think the minimum decency is to invite our sarpanch and or maybe the panchayat members for a discussion, for them to know what is the project. If it stops only at the border and doesn't go further, I wonder how the project can be a success, because if you're running along the creek, it can't stop at this place and say, okay, muge boundary ka badali pure also zaina. It won't work. And I looked at the plan on your website. I was looking at it because it requires demolition of houses and then acquisition of land and so many things. Still, you can't do this without having people's confidence. But why I want to highlight सांगता ते प्रमाणे फकत कोलवा upgradation under this asa and porvari ani hunche na tinga bola Pomburpa spring aate mele
total is circuit porvari up to Harwane, the whole line including yours.
but then that is
what I'll explain to you.
So if you make that assurance, so we can work in a time frame. Now when I ask the question this time, this session, what is the time frame, the status and the proposal to renovate, repair, beautify Pomburpa spring in Aldona constituency as per Swadesh Darshan 2.0 scheme? you have said Swadesh Darshan. Now this was given, answer is given on 17 July. Maka answer dila is under consideration. I wanted to know the status, under consideration. And magi kite gaila, work will be initiated subject to government approval and availability of funds. Mula kawa project. Availability of funds mula utor mula kain dashna. So I want specific time frame. It's not like this, which is neither here nor there, and just keeping us on guess. I also called for a meeting. Amche a code of conduct ashilo tenna because lokacho problem ashilo. Bathroom non-functional, ani light na, children's play space taha te sogle modlo ha, ani lok injured zalo tinga. Rokde officer apoile. Ani I sangla em podo emon. Ami sogle inspection kele with panchayat members in the month of May, end of May. Ani they took note of it. Ani I think sangla. Olle renovation kon naka. Fokot goroz hate, barik hate mache kor. Kita loka eindi bore kon nosdi. Kottet mulle. Kain kelna. Light pasun on जायना जाता आणि आज जोक कित जाला साइडीन स्प्रिंग आहा हिंगा जोरी हिंगा आहा साइडीन पावसाचो उदो येता तो जोरी जाल थिंगा आणि ते लॉस जाता लोकांन व्हिडिओ काढला दाखोवपा आमची ours is in a bad condition and that is the spring over there. So I think that Honorable Minister needs to look into this quickly. Now there is another major issue relating to homestay policy and bed and breakfast. Let me say to the Honorable Speaker that intention may have been good, but I think the government is being misled, and I think there is a big scam in this. And why I will say this. To me, on your website, you all have put out the entire scheme, which I believe the entire scheme, on the website. On the website, paragraph 4 ends with 4.3. Now I'm just going to pass this out so that you will understand what I'm talking. One for Speaker, one for Minister, one for CM. I'll just read, so you'll have this in the meantime. One for Honorable Speaker. This is now screenshot I've taken because if you print, it comes like this. You have to print like this with legal size paper. If you look at 4, it goes 4.1, 4.2, and can you see 4.3? Down. Policy is valid for 5 years from date of notification gazette can be further extended. And please turn over to allow the screenshot to understand that after 4.3 is immediately 5. Can you see that? But your gazette shows 4.4, 4.5 and 4.6. That means there is something else. And why is that something else? That is the key of what I call the fraud and why I call it a fraud. Homestay mulole muge gor asa amunge room asat. And that's what you explain. Owner must stay in that premises and he provides some rooms for people to stay. He can earn. That's a beautiful concept. When inga ek definition gaila promoter mon pasun. And you're allowing promoter to come on the scene. Now promoter is any individual who is duly authorized to act on behalf of the owner through a valid power of attorney. The Ejer, in this, when you have a promoter, the promoter also can establish a B&B. To London a bostolo, to inga rauna, and to B&B ko tolo inga. Number 2, commercial entities. Tumge Airbnb munasa ek. In Airbnb is nothing but a commercial venture. Kon power of attorney rautolo goran. They are operating from outside Goa, running units. And why do I say that here there is a scam? Oh, just another 2 minutes. Why do I say there is a scam? Please understand this. I'll just pass this to the Honorable Minister and the Honorable Speaker. Why do I say Ingasa? Because you look at this. In 16 December 2022, Tourism Department enters into an agreement with Airbnb. And then 14 December 2023, this Gazette comes with this scheme. Now, when you have already entered into it, naturally you need to accommodate Airbnb. Airbnb is not a owner who is running his house. Airbnb is simply a commercial entity which is running it. And why do I say this is a scam? The Tourism Department on its website has got this Goa Homestay Hosting Handbook. And this hosting handbook, I will just pass this on. Em podoy tumi. On page 16, why does a government have to promote just one entity, and that a commercial entity? Listing on Airbnb Mullaha. Then please look, what is Airbnb? Why list on Airbnb? How to list your space on Airbnb? How to use Airbnb app? Yani kite? Mulla, you are promoting a commercial venture through the tourism department. Gawan gel jalyar, te lokache, gorib lokache, nale konage olle gora haten, te loka room andota. Tum kugras astolo, Honorable Speaker, ami bichi roitatana, nustekar astale. Tode beach nustekaranche goran rautale, rooman rautale. That is the concept of a homestay. Tenka facility diupa, tenka zodpa metta, off season, in season. Pasun tourist येताले बरे कोण रावताले थोडे पाटी आमी वयताले तेंका तेंगे घरा रावपाक फॅमिली वयता तेन्ना बरे कोण रावताले येताले पूण आयज कितें जालां सगळे कमर्शियल जाल्या Airbnb आनी हे टॅक्स ते टॅक्स सगळे लागतात आमी आनी एक रुमाचे इतली म्हारग जाता एंड वाय शूड टुरिझम डिपार्टमेंट डू दीस it may have escaped your attention, but this is not correct. This is complete misleading of the government, and I think the government is falling into a situation where this Airbnb is taking over and running riot to have total profits at the cost of the government of Goa. Now, few things I will just talk on. Honorable Speaker, आमचे mining bond केले तेन्ना 2012 by the BJP government, आमचे कितें जालें? We had to fall back on tourism. Tourism was already declared an industry, and the tourism industry is the only golden goose today amka. Tourism industry मेले जाल्यार, tourism industry गायले जाल्यार, आमचे सगळे काबार जातले हिंगा. Outside Goa destination आहात ते सवाय ऑफर करतात. Outside India, in the Far East, they are offering cheaper destinations, very welcoming way of inviting guests. आणि आमगे competition मागे फकत नाक आसलो ते लोक येतात आमगे. And what type of quality tourists we had, they are decreasing, and we are not having anything. So I think that the government of Goa, the international tour kelo te. I say that these international tours which have been done are total waste of money. And why I say total waste of money? Kon gelte tourak, I asked the Honorable Minister to kindly justify how, in this answer which